Brown Boy Wonder podcast.
Welcome to the second annual of the spooky edition of the Brown Boy Wonder podcast. It's since it's a spooky season, my guest and I are of course going through the Conjuring Universe in this month of October. My guess, I don't know if he's tired from last episode, but I think he's now feeling the love now. It's Skyler. Skyler, how are you doing today?
I'm feeling great because today we're coming home.
Yes, as you've mentioned, we are coming home. Annabelle.
Something that the England national football team can never do. We're bringing it home.
Exactly. Of course, we are talking about our girl, Annabelle. She is comes home, which was released in 2019. Same year as La Llorona, which is crazy, I guess. It is directed by Gary Duberman as well, and a story by James Gunn, and of course, our Gary Duberman.
James Wan.
Excuse me. I put James Gunn.
James, I was like, what? I was in a spit take. I was like, what? Did I miss something?
This is not part. Yeah.
I know James Gunn is a big Warner Brothers guy now.
Yes, big guy. He's a big guy over there. This is not a DC product. This is a James Wan product. Excuse me. But yes, excuse me. I think I threw everybody off while listening here. But Skyler, who is in this film, man? Who's the cast?
Well, first and foremost, and they're not in it a lot, but they're in it enough to get me excited. It's our favorites of all time. Vera Farmiga and Patrick Wilson as Lorraine and Ed Warren. They are in this film because I would describe Annabelle Comes Home as like Conjuring 2.5. You know? This isn't Conjuring 3, but there's the Warrens their presence is felt.
Okay. That is true. You're correct. You are correct.
Maybe like 2.2. 2.25.
A little bit. All right.
As for our main characters, we've got McKenna Grace as Judy Warren. She's taking over as Ed and Lorraine's daughter, played by, I don't remember who played her before, some small child.
Yeah, this has been 3 Judys, right?
I think there might have been. I don't know if the difference between Conjuring 1 and 2, but this is Judy is our main character here, so they opted to get a fully, like, I'm sure they held auditions. And McKenna Grace, listeners may know from actually lots of movies. She's the Ghostbuster girl now.
Yeah, she is.
And she was in I, Tonya.
Mm-hmm.
And she was in Malignant.
Yes.
She was the young version of the girl from Malignant.
She's a good actress.
She's in some stuff, yeah.
I like her in this one. Who else?
She's all right here. She's kind of similar to the character she plays in Ghostbusters in a way.
Yeah, it's like her younger self.
Cadence, the way she talks, it's very similar.
Absolutely.
And then our other 2 mains here are Madison Eisman, who plays Mary, and Katie Seraphy. I'm not sure.
Safari. Yeah,
I don't think so. That's offensive. And then we've got a young man named Michael Cimino, I think.
Yeah.
Or Cimino. I think it's Cimino though. Who plays Bob's Got Balls?
Yes, man. I want to say right now. We've been through how many movies?
This would be the 8th one, I think.
Okay, this is the 8th Conjuring Universe movie, and I will say right now, Bob is my favorite character.
Whoa!
In the whole universe, he is my favorite.
Is that including Ed and Lorraine?
Take him out, but
take Ed and Lorraine out. It's kind of a rule that I have watching anything, any series, any show.
Yeah.
Where I'll use The Walking Dead as an example. I have not watched The Walking Dead in many years, and I didn't get past like the Negan when Negan showed up, so
Okay.
I can't speak to. But I'll just use that example because there's lots of characters, and people could pick their fan favorites, like Daryl or Carl. No one's favorite was Carl, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But it's just like Rick was awesome. Rick is our main character, and he was great. He's a great actor, Andrew Lincoln.
Absolutely.
But it's just like, who's your favorite character? Well, I'm not gonna say Rick because that's the boring answer.
Yeah.
You know, other than Rick, Daryl or Glenn or whatever,
Right.
or One Piece, the anime One Piece or the live action One Piece. You know,
Sure.
it's like, oh, who's your favorite character? Well, I'm not gonna say Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
So other than Luffy, you know. So
Yeah, it's like Avatar, Aang, or
yeah, there you go.
Don't pick
Another
Aang.
good example.
Oh.
Don't pick Aang. You gotta say Sokka
Exactly.
or Toph. Toph's my favorite.
Or Momo.
Oh, he became your favorite?
I remember
you
at
hated
the
that
end,
dude when he showed up.
he was literally the worst character in cartoon history.
He didn't do anything.
He didn't do anything, but until the very end, he did something. So he is
There
my
you
favorite
go.
character.
All right, so not including Ed and Lorraine, you're saying Bob's Got Balls is your favorite character of this whole series. Better than Tuco.
Oh! Yeah. It'd be Bob and then Tuco.
Well, because Tuco wasn't even his real name. So I think that's you're not going to forget Bob's Got Balls.
Oh no, I can never forget. Yes, Bob is like, I feel like he was like me if I was back in the 70s or something. I don't know. I feel like I relate to Bob.
You had a connection with Bob's Got Balls.
Yes. Yes, I did.
I like that.
I don't know if you want to get to the rest. Obviously, it kind of spoils it.
Yeah, there's some monsters. There's some characters that aren't really important, don't really show up that much. So I think we're gonna leave it at what I've said already.
All right, that was the cast there, and the budget. What do you think the budget was for this one?
Well, we had to get the Warrens back, and we used the same house, the same sets. That is their house. Same hallways that we saw the nun in, the same room with all the stuff, all those props. $30 million.
You said 70?
I said 30.
Oh, close. It is.
Ooh.
Well, actually, you're in the range. It is between 27 and 32 million dollars.
Oh, it's one of those where they it's somewhere in there. I hate when they do that. Where'd it go then? Where'd it go?
I don't know.
Did James Gunn take it? That's what they had to take out. You said between 27 and what?
32.
All right, so they had to take out $5 million because they accidentally wrote a check to James Gunn.
He
They
was
were like, did he write this?
I mean, there's a lot of James out there, and James Gunn is one of them. Box office. What is the box office for this one?
Well, Annabelle came home, right? So it's got to be $1 billion.
She came home. She came home. Okay, billion. That is close, right?
No, not $1 billion. 300 million.
You're close. It is 231 million.
Okay, less than.
So it's good. So every time these movies come out, people are watching them, which is good. They are watching.
Yeah. I think it's amazing that Annabelle, the series Annabelle, shook off the bad first one. People came back for creation, and then this one is a lot of fun.
I think so too.
It's kind of so when looking back at this series before rewatching them, I remembered this one as like, oh, that one's my favorite. Because, and it's kind of a spoiler to like how the story shakes out. It becomes like a rated R Goosebumps. Specifically the movie with Jack Black, where like the book, all the monsters get out of the book and they're all around town, kind of. I mean, monsters don't go that far in this, but it's if everything in the museum came alive at night,
Honestly, it is kind of like that. Yeah.
Watching it now, I would not say this one's my favorite. I really enjoyed this one though. My rating may not reflect that super great because I think this movie has a styles clash, not AJ Styles, but a styles clash with the rest of the series. And I'm not just talking about just the Annabelle movies, but the Conjuring as well. I think
you're saying like it doesn't look like the other ones?
It looks like him. It just doesn't feel like it. It feels a little more. So in the first Conjuring movie, and again, this isn't a Conjuring movie, but also it's not really an Annabelle movie either. Annabelle is the catalyst that starts what's going on.
Yeah.
But so like in the first Conjuring movie, the spirit is Bathsheba, who was a witch that was, making mothers kill their children, whatever, like La Llorona. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And then in the second Conjuring movie, it's Valak, who is a fallen angel demon who's controlling other spirits to get the Warrens into a trap, and this one. All right, I'm gonna give one spoiler. There's a werewolf, and there's another guy, and there's a lady that's kind of like the nun in La Llorona again. It just seems like you got your big heavy hitters, like, okay, there's this villain, and then we just kind of throw in some extras. It felt like, when you see superheroes on The Boys, and you're like, oh, that guy's a fake Spider-Man, and that guy's a fake a parody of Batman or whatever. You're like, okay. But so like if the nun is one of the real villains of this, we just kind of have some like background ones in this one, which there's fun stuff with them, and there's cool visuals and stuff that I like, but it doesn't feel like it really fits super great in the universe.
I know you're trying to say, like, yeah, it's not. It's of course it's copying like the other ones, but it's doing it in a different way.
Yeah.
That's what you mean.
I still think I like this movie a lot more than most people do, because I was looking at the ratings for it, and a lot of people were giving it under 3 stars. I did not give it under 3 stars.
No, what did I give this thing? I'm sure it's not. This movie's not that bad.
No, it's fun. Like I was saying, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I like the characters. I like moments. There's certain good bits. We'll just talk about it, and we'll give our thoughts as we go.
Well, I was gonna give it my rating when I watched it.
Give me your rating.
I gave it 4 out of 5.
You gave it a 4. I'll say, just to match yours, I gave mine a 3, but it's like a 3 with an asterisk of it's fun. It's like I really enjoy it.
I think it's because of the characters made it fun. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And then there it is. All right, let's get into it here, guys. Annabelle comes home. Thank God.
I'm glad she's home.
Yeah, home and safe. We revisit back to the demontologists Ed and Lorraine Warren, taking the demonic Annabelle doll from nurses Debbie and Camilla.
These chicks show up all the time, huh?
Yes, but I don't know if you noticed, but is it a reshoot for this scene? Because it's a different camera.
There's extra stuff, so I think it is a reshoot, but I think it's the same people.
It is the same people. I checked. I had to check. I actually stopped watching and looked at on YouTube. It's like, is it the right same people? I looked at the cast. They're the same people.
Okay.
But I don't know if you noticed. I don't know if you. Again, I looked back at the original scene. the original Annabelle looks like Annabelle, but for this movie, she looks a little different.
She looks a little beat up.
No, a little bit. But the thing is, for this one, she looks smaller. When they we shoot the scene here, they made her smaller and made her eyes bigger. It's a different. But then the original is more like a doll, and this one's more like Chucky.
Interesting. Maybe they were hoping for a crossover to fight.
They gotta. During the drive back home, they were stopped by a cop because there was some crime scene ahead. The cop said, "Nice doll." Ed said, "That's what you think."
The cop was kind of a jerk.
A little bit.
Ed was also saying some stuff too. He was like, "Do you need any help?" And he was like, "You a doctor or something?" Or something. Oh. I can talk to the dead people. No, I can't. My wife can talk to the dead people.
You're just speaking riddles. But I did mention in the last episode we talked about La Llorona. Lorraine sees a woman standing by the crime scene, and it looks like Patricia from the Curse of La Llorona. That was her.
I didn't get that at all. You sure? Was it actually her?
It is her. It's a scene where Anna tries to goes to the scene of Carlos and Tomas. It was that scene, and then when Patricia's like, "Oh, it was all your fault," that was her standing right before she comes in.
I'm gonna have to go back and check on this. I don't remember this at all.
It's quick. It's quick. It's like within 5 seconds. You just see her standing there in the crime scene.
We'll see.
So there is the crossover. It is at least. Hopefully, I'm telling the truth here, but that's what I've seen, and it's the truth. I don't know. All right. After that, the Warrens are now on their way, but their car starts to break down. Where are we in a thriller music video?
Are you saying that the when there was like the accident, that's where she was, where the cop is like, "Get out of here."
Yeah, like when Anna arrives to the scene of Carlos and Tomas of when they're drowned, and then Patricia was there, and she was screaming at Anna like, "Oh, you did this." It was that scene. It's right after Carlos and Tomas died.
I don't think so. I think
it has to be her.
It has to be her?
Yeah.
But wait, wasn't there? Now you got me. Now you got me scrubbing through footage.
They gave her that shot in this movie. They showed her there.
Yeah, the shot definitely lingered. I assumed it was.
Has to be La Llorona.
That's the dead person from like an accident. Because then there's another dead person that's in the back of the car, right? And she's like, "I'm cold," and Lorraine's like, "You just died."
No. That was I'm talking about before that.
I know, but I'm saying I think that's why we see her, this lady in the shot here, is because it's the same lady.
Is it?
I don't know. Now you got me confused. Because the shot when you see the lady there, it's not close enough. But there's like road flares and a lot of police lights. I felt it was an accident, but they just didn't show the accident because the budget was small.
Damn. I mean, you might be right because the dead girl behind her was talking about she getting in the accident.
Yeah.
But I thought that was Patricia. Check that scene again. Is that Patricia? Just standing there?
Well, you put me in a position now where, like, now I either we say it's Patricia and we're having fun, or I'm say we can't have fun.
I don't know.
We're gonna say it's Patricia. We're gonna say it's her.
Yes.
We're gonna go on with our lives.
Good. So it is connected.
Sure.
Those. All right. So yeah. So the car broke down. It gets really foggy.
It gets very foggy.
Yeah, like it's too foggy. If you put this in black and white, I don't think you can see anything.
No.
Ed checks the hood, and Lorraine pulls out her map, and she's trying to see where the hell they are. And by the way, Annabelle is just chilling in the back.
Was she buckled in, or was she just sitting there?
I think she was just sitting. I don't think they buckled her in.
I would have
buckled up, Teddy. I would too. But actually, I wouldn't. But when was the last time you pulled out a map, Skyler? Like a physical map?
A physical paper map?
Yeah.
Never. I think we are from the age where, like, when we were 5 or 4 years old, that was the last age, the last era that our parents would have had a roadmap in, like, the glove box. But then, by the time that we're small, so we're in the backseat, doesn't matter, doesn't count. Cars had cassette players in them still.
Yes.
So, but by the time that we were old enough to start sitting in the front seat, our parents would have printed off directions from Google Maps or something.
Quest maps.
MapQuest.
Exactly.
Wow. But now you just punch in directions on your phone. And you know what? I'm not nostalgic for printing off paper. The phone is so much easier.
It is so much easier, but how did our parents know how to read a map? And
bullshit, they didn't. I don't know how they got places.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how do you?
Because if you got it on, God, we're sounding like bullshit millennials now, but that's what we are. But like, if you got the directions on the phone and you mess up, and let me tell you, brother, I'm gonna mess up. I'm gonna take the wrong exit, or I'm gonna miss an exit, or something. Then what's your phone do? It says rerouting.
Yes.
Now go this way. Oh, thank you. But you got one parent in the front with this big ass map that covers the entire windscreen, and you got another parent just be like screaming, like where do I go? No, we don't. That is a technological advancement that I think needed to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Was it Garvin? The original, not on the phone, but the Garvin GPS navigator. Yeah, that kind of started it off.
Sure.
I remember having that. I was like, "This is fun." I was like in the hotel. For some reason, I was in the hotel room with this guy navigator. And I was like, I was working on it. And it's like, okay, go this way. I'm like, I can't. I'm not in the car.
I'm not in the car.
Yeah, that was a different story.
That's a weird story.
I know. I don't know.
Why was it in the car?
I know. I took it out of the car and I brought it to the hotel room. I'm like, okay, let me see how it works.
Were you supposed to have it? Were you supposed to take it out of the car?
I don't think so.
Was your father upset?
I don't think he remembers.
Well, no, but was he at the time? Was he mad?
I think I brought it back to the car when we were leaving.
And then he said, Abrar, did you take this out of the car? And then he picked you up and he threw you.
we bring this every time. Let's move on here.
It keeps coming up and it's funny.
All right.
You know what? You're lucky that I didn't bring it up in the last movie when we were talking about Child Protective Services.
Oh. You should have actually. That would be the right place to do that. All right. So we see Lorraine pull out that big map. Lorraine looks on the right of herself, and it's the Maryville Cemetery. Very spooky. Lorraine looks straight, and behind her is a dead girl. She said, "I like your doll."
Thank you.
Lorraine was like, "Fuck."
I think she handled it pretty well.
I wouldn't.
No.
She looks behind her, and what happened, Skyler? What happened to the dead girl when she looked behind her?
I don't remember.
She disappeared.
Oh, of course. Well, yeah. See, you keep like you're like, what happened? And I'm like, I don't know. And then you're like, nothing happened. And I'm like, well, come on, you can't trick me.
I'm sorry. Lorraine looked straight again, and the dead girl said, "I feel cold."
It's because you're dead.
Yeah. Lorraine adjusts her interior rear view mirror to see herself, or I guess the backseat. We just see her eyes.
Yeah.
Lorraine told the girl, "You were in an accident." The girl said, "I was?" A huge ass horn started to erupt due to Ed. Ed said, I'm sorry.
He pokes his little head out, and he's like, "Oops, my bad." And everyone's like, "Ed, you rascal."
Lorraine looks on her right and sees dead people standing there. What did you send? I can. Hold on, guys.
I sent the picture.
No, there it is. That is that. I will post that right here. That's that right there. Yes. Lorraine. Yeah, Lorraine looks on her right, and she sees dead people looking at her as well.
All from the cemetery. They're all coming out to see what's going on.
Yeah, they gotta see. Like, hey, they gotta stretch their legs. Ed fixes the car, and he slams the hood, and then there's dead people behind Ed.
Oh, there's too many dead people.
A lot of dead people. One of the dead people. Oh, well, I'm about to say that right now. One of the dead people yeeted Ed so hard to the ground. All of a sudden, a huge truck with white headlights is about to run over Ed. Ed did like this, Neo dodging maneuver where he just dodged the big truck, and the truck driver says, "Dude, I don't know what happened, man. It's like someone took over my truck." The camera pans to the Annabelle doll. Lorraine is like, "It's the doll, Ed. It's the doll."
It's a conduit.
Yes. They got home, and now Annabelle is locked in a sacred glass case in the couple's artifacts room to ensure the evil is contained. Oh,
You have
good
to.
scene. Yeah, you have to. Good scene here. We are rolling with the Warrens here.
Yeah, it serves as a good reminder of the Annabelle doll's power that it causes. Like, she describes it perfectly. It's like a beacon to other stuff.
Yeah.
So like things are drawn to it. This movie, that's why I said it's not really an Annabelle movie, is because, the first one, which is bad, and the second one, which is good, are revolving around the demon that is tethered to the Annabelle doll.
Yeah.
This one is about the Annabelle doll summoning other things.
Yeah, she has like a crew now, an entourage.
Yeah, basically, she forms one. So when she says it's a beacon, and then they bring it home, and we see it get blessed and put in the thing.
Good.
Yeah, good. I like that. So the explanation we're given in the first Conjuring is that we put the doll in this glass case, and then a priest comes in and blesses it like every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
But in this, and I'm not saying this facetiously, where Ed is like, the writers were thinking, yeah, it's just a glass case, that's not enough. So Ed says, like, "Where's that church glass we had? We got from the church they tore down before it happened." So they build a custom-built case of holy glass, and they just bless it with holy water, and they put it in there. They say, "You're stuck." But we see before it's locked in that it just being around makes some of the other artifacts kind of like move, light up, do stuff.
Yeah. They I feel like they're jealous of Annabelle, right? She has her own glass.
No, they don't want to be in there.
That's true. I don't want to be in there.
It's too late. You're going in.
She's coming home. I'm coming home. Oh, no, P. Diddy. Sorry. No P. Diddy.
Oh, my goodness.
I have to apologize. I was singing his song. I apologize. It is a great song. It's one of my favorite songs of his. No Diddy here. Sorry, guys.
Good songs made by bad people.
It happens.
It happens a lot.
Yes. R. Kelly. Sometimes later,
Drake.
allegedly, the Warrens welcome Mary Ellen, who will be in charge of babysitting their daughter Judy. Thoughts on this babysitter and now Judy, who's slightly older?
Don't ask me the thoughts on the babysitter. I gotta look up how old the actress is.
No, I looked up. She is 27.
27. All right. She's a cutie. How about that? You like that? You like that answer?
Sure, yeah. I don't know if she's the same actress from Zombieland 2, where she was the blonde one.
I didn't see Zombieland 2.
Me either, but there's that girl with Emma Stone. She was like,
you know who she is? You know who she is?
Hmm.
And I didn't see these movies either, but she's in the new Jumanji movies.
Oh, she was
Before they become The Rock and Jack Black and Danny DeVito or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, she was. Her character was Jack Black.
Yeah,
I believe so.
Probably. I don't know.
Hold on, I have a bug here. Hold on, guys.
A bug?
Yeah, hold on. Let me.
Is it a spooky bug?
It's a segmented little thing. Hold on.
The hell? This is the most haunted recording session we've ever done.
Sorry, guys. I killed it.
You just ended a life live on the podcast.
Sorry.
What?
I'm sorry. Sorry. It was very long and it was gonna go on my computer.
What kind of bug I apologize. Now I'm terrified.
No, it's like it's like a nematode, whatever that is. I don't know. But yes, Mary Ellen.
Oh, so I'd like to read this excerpt here from the actress who plays Mary Ellen, Madison Eisman. This is from her Wikipedia, right?
Mm-hmm.
Under personal life, it says she has a cat, and I like that. I think that's cool.
There you go.
Because I also have a cat.
Yes, Marilyn Madison. If you're listening to this, I got a cat.
I've got a cat too. So we're very similar in that way.
Absolutely. But yeah, I believe she's really good in this. Of course, Judy here, as we always mention her, she's also great in this too.
Mm-hmm.
While they travel overnight to investigate another case, what's her name? Mary Ellen and Judy are gonna be together for a bit.
Babysitting.
Yeah, babysitting a lot.
Classic. Nothing more classic than being a babysitter in a scary movie set in the 70s. That's as classic as it gets.
Very classic. Very stereotypical too. At school, Judy notices a ghostly priest looking at her. Very spooky.
Yeah, what the hell? What's going on?
Yeah, a priest in the middle of the recess playground. I don't like that.
Well, right off the bat, it's very clear that they're saying that Judy has the same gift that her mother has.
Yes.
They kind of leave it as they say it later. She's like, I could see it, like my mom can see it. It's like, yeah, we know. It wasn't that hard to put together.
But she made it more like scary, spooky, which is pretty good. I like her acting here.
Well, yeah, the way it fits here, and it's something that I know that Lorraine alluded to in, say, The Conjuring 2, is that we're seeing the early stages of you're young and you don't know what's going on, but you have to deal with death because you can see death.
Yeah.
It's more of a curse than it is a blessing. And so we're kind of seeing that through Judy, which is neat.
It's good. It's good. Mary Ellen is getting some food for Judy's birthday party, but she encounters her friend Daniela at I guess Kroger or some grocery store here.
Kroger existed in the 70s?
I think it did. Okay, Roger. I'm sure it did. Daniela was talking about how great a babysitter she is, and she tries to hook Mary Ellen with the cashier boy, Bob.
Bob's
Together.
got balls.
We'll see. We'll see. Well, Bob says they're talking to each other while they're checking out. Bob says there are rumors about the Warrens, but he won't tell them. He also lives across the street from them.
Yeah, Daniela is very, very interested in the Warrens because Mary Ellen is babysitting at the Warrens and staying at the Warrens, and Daniela's like, "Oh, the Warrens, they do stuff. I read they have ghosts and they do things with ghosts and all that stuff." And Bob's got balls. You live next to the Warrens. Have you seen a ghost? What are the Warrens like? And at first, it's very much like, wow, this Daniela girl, she's kind of selfish and like in your face, and she wants to have a ghost experience or something.
Sure.
But we learn more about what's going on with her in a little bit.
Well, at this moment, do you think she's a good friend right now?
Yeah, she's not a bad friend by any means. She's definitely got stuff. She's thinking of stuff, and she might be planning to be up to no good because she wants to go to the Warrens' house. But she's not being a bad friend per se because she told Bob's got balls that Mary Ellen's got a crush on him, and now Bob's got balls knows that he's got a chance, you know?
Yeah.
And we're all rooting for Bob's got balls.
Dude, I wish I had his
balls.
I'll say no further. At school, Anthony.
Well, wait, don't forget to talk about how they're in the grocery store, right? And the manager, who is Bob's dad, comes over and he's like, "This lady dropped spaghetti sauce and it looks like a murder scene. Go clean it up." And then when the girls leave, the lady steps up and she's covered in like red sauce, and she just says, "There's been an accident."
Again, good scene here. There's comedy. In these movies. Finally,
this movie has levity. It has funniness to it.
Yeah. All right. I know. Again, I think I mentioned that she kind of looked like the Annabelle doll. The way she was dressed.
Who did?
The can lady.
Yeah, no.
But that's a different story. At school, Anthony Rios is bullying our Judy at school. But don't worry, Mary Ellen saved the day.
Yeah, she said, "Get your punk ass out of here. I'm going to tell your big sister." And he ran away crying, basically.
For real. Yeah, kind of. Judy's friend can't make it to the party because she said her parents said she's not really prepared to process death yet.
It's a birthday party. That's what she says.
That's what she says. It's a birthday party.
Yeah, Judy is the weird girl with weird ghost hunting parents, and no one's allowed to go to her birthday party. Very sad.
That is sad. As Judy and Mary Ellen walks away, Judy still sees the same ghost, priest ghost.
Get out of here, man!
Yeah, man.
And then we see the statue, the little bronze statue that says in memory of Father Michael Morrissey.
Yes.
Was there a character in a previous movie called Father Morrissey?
I don't think so.
I don't know. That sounded familiar to me. And I looked it up. I'm like, that's not the guy from Annabelle and La Llorona, is it? And it wasn't.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like we watched some movie that had a Father Morrissey in it. But maybe I'm crazy.
Maybe they mentioned in this universe, but I guess we glanced over it.
Who knows? There's just a lot of priests running around.
Yeah, man. Leave Judy alone. The hell?
I agree. Leave Judy alone.
Yeah. Judy and Mary Ellen. It's like Mary Jane, Mary Ellen. Is that like a common two-name phrase? I keep reminding myself that that's not Mary Jane. That's Mary Ellen.
Mary Ellen.
Yeah, Judy, Mary Ellen are preparing
But,
for the.
but is her name? Her name is Mary Ellen, right? Like that is
Yeah.
her first name, because in the on the cast list here,
Mhm.
like we got, you know, Ed and Lorraine Warren, Judy Warren, Daniela Rios. Even Bob's
Yeah.
got a last name that I don't even think they ever say in this. But
No.
it just says Mary Ellen, implying that Ellen's her last name, but they call her Mary Ellen.
Well, yeah, like how they call in Spider-Man Mary Jane. So
Yeah, well, we know her name is Mary Jane Watson.
yeah,
I don't
it's
know.
like
I'm
it's
just
like
saying we don't
that.
know for sure.
It's like those 1970s,
I'm not.
60s
Listen,
names.
I think you're saying I don't believe it's a name. I do. I believe it's a name. I'm just saying they didn't tell us her last name, and upon listed the names, like there's not a hyphen
That's
or
true. Yeah.
anything. It just says Mary Ellen. So I'm like, why is she the only one without a last name, or are people just calling her full name the whole time?
No, that's weird. Who does that?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Couldn't be me.
Yeah.
I almost called you by your full name, but I'm not gonna
Yeah.
do that.
Oh, I'll do it. Yeah. So they're preparing for the birthday party here. Somebody is knocking the door, and it's Daniela, who arrives uninvited to the Warrens' home. Daniela gave Judy rollerblades for her birthday party or her birthday gift.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah, I have never rode rollerblades before.
I think those were roller skates because the difference between God, what a good podcast this is. The difference between roller blades and roller skates is roller skates you've got like 4 wheels or whatever on both sides. But roller blades are a bunch of wheels in one row, like an
Oh,
ice skate, you know?
yeah. So it's roller skates.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, sorry. Again, I never used them,
No,
so
me neither.
I had a scooter.
A razor scooter?
Yeah, the one that hits your ankle.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I had those.
Those suck.
This is the millennial episode. We're just talking
Yeah.
about all of our childhood stuff.
Yeah.
There's nothing more painful than when you like, hey, watch this. You spin the razor scooter around, it hits you in the ankle. You drop to the ground screaming.
It hurts.
Did you have a razor flip phone?
I did. I had
Oh.
I had the Motorola.
Oh, me too. What color?
It was gray.
You know when you dropped those things and the back flew off and you couldn't find it?
It's over. It's done.
Just the battery flies out and everything. Those things were not made to be dropped.
That's why you should get a Nokia. They last long.
Oh yes.
But yeah, as Mary Ellen and Judy goes outside to test the roller skates, Daniela sneaks into the artifacts room and kinda releases some Annabelle B. Mullins.
She's told do not snoop, and she immediately starts snooping.
Yes,
And she's
touching stuff.
She's trying to get into the artifact room and it's locked. So she goes into the office and she's rooting around. And I was like, when she was going into that office, I was thinking, oh, is the nun painting still there? Surely the nun painting's not still there, is it? And then the nun painting wasn't there, and I was disappointed.
No, I mean, is
no, like, why would you keep that?
Lorraine?
Also,
yeah, Lorraine be pissed.
But also, I wish it was there.
Maybe
Maybe it's like under a tarp in the artifacts room. That's where I would think it would go.
Maybe in the attic?
No. We have a room for haunted stuff. Why would we not put it in there?
Oh, that's true.
But anyway, she finds the key in the office.
Yes.
She tells a picture of Jesus not to judge her.
Yeah.
And then she it's funny that she thought she could even get in that door. Like she was like, "Oh, it's locked."
Yeah.
And then when she gets the key and then starts to unlock it, we see how many locks there actually are.
There's a lot. There's a lot of slots. But yes, so the real reason why she was there is because she's trying to talk to her deceased dad.
That's true.
When
First she's rooting around with stuff, and she lets the. You know what? I said goosebumps earlier, but what this also reminds me of is the scene in Cabin in the Woods where they all go down to the basement, and the gimmick is like whichever thing they pick up and interact with, or whatever they touch, or whatever they activate, that's going to be the monster that comes up, right?
Yeah.
And so, and then there's all kinds of stuff like a conch shell and like a little Hellraiser box, and they end up getting like the diary that has the zombie family. So like this, she walks past a werewolf book with like big scratches on it. That's very cartoony.
Yeah.
And you see Annabelle back there. There's that little haunted ass board game that they play later.
Yes, Freely Mealy. Yeah.
Mealy Mealy.
And another one called The Ferryman. So we have a lot of things in store here.
Yeah, a lot of stuff is being set up. Different kinds of things. There's a wedding dress.
Yeah. But yeah, she was trying to talk to her dad. But she couldn't talk to her. So Daniela heard a big thud, and it came from the Annabelle doll. It looked like she went head first to the glass.
She tried to spear through the glass.
Yeah, she was like that. She's basically saying, "Get me out of here!
Let me in. Let me out.
Let me out!"
I just had a thought.
Yeah.
In the first movie, the first Conjuring movie, there's that whole segment where the Annabelle doll gets out and is in the rocking chair in the Warrens' house, and Judy and Lorraine's mom or whatever, they're running around because the Annabelle doll got out. How did it get out if it was in the church glass?
I don't know. I mean, maybe she moved. I mean, that might be a plot hole too.
Well, it's a plot hole in between movies that were like 6-7 years apart in technically different series. So it's not. Yeah. It wasn't supposed to matter. Plot holes like that you can't dwell on. Like the answer is, well, the writers didn't think about it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think no one would think about it until now.
No. I didn't think about it until just now, and I watched this movie earlier today.
There you go. That's why we do this rewatch. Just to cover the plots.
Come up with dumb questions that piss everyone off.
That's what we do. But yeah, she did a little thud to the glass. Daniela gets close to the doll and she reads the sign: "Do not open."
Positively, do not open.
Do not open. But Skyler, what did she do?
Well, let me tell you. She opened it.
She opened it, yes.
She unlocked it. She opened it. And she didn't lock it again.
Nope. She pushed the Annabelle doll back to her chair. She held her for a bit as well, too. And I'm thinking the Annabelle doll is like, yes, I'm free.
And then when Danielle runs out of the room because the smoke detector started going off, Annabelle doll leans forward again, and the door to her little cage slowly creaks open, and Annabelle goes yeet right out of that thing.
She literally did, and then she said,
funny to watch her just like ragdoll out of there.
I don't know how they did it in in the movie. Like how do they have like a string?
No, the tiny actress inside the Annabelle doll leaned forward. No, I'm kidding. That's not real.
Okay. Maybe they had like a string or something, but an invisible string. But it was cool.
If I had to guess, it was probably I'll make it sound fancy and say a mechanism. There's probably a hole in the wall behind, and they just pushed it with a broom.
I guess.
Or like a little rig on the chair so that like the chair would like lean forward and she'd slump out. You got to get clever. That's what's fun about horror movies, is getting clever about practically pulling stuff off.
And that's why we like it. But yeah, as you mentioned, the cake is burned. And by the way, I just when we were looking at all the room in the artifact room, like again, you can make so many movies with
Oh,
all
yeah.
these things.
Well,
But
that's got to be they were hoping for that, right? Like
yeah,
the Conjuring Universe is slowing down now that we're in 2024,
mhm,
and they're saying that they're doing the last Conjuring movie. I didn't know that the newest one was going to be the last one.
me either.
Um, and then they're I don't think they're doing any more Annabelle, and they're not really doing any more spin-off stuff. I don't know if the Nun 2 sets up for a third Nun movie. I don't know, but
I don't remember the ending, but I do remember the movie. But I don't remember the ending of Nun 2. But
at the time, they had to have been hoping like
something.
maybe we'll get a Ferryman movie or a Bride movie or a Bob's Got Balls movie.
Something. Since it's the last movie, maybe they could make a TV show out of these demon spirits. Well, who knows? Put it on Max.
You make a. I don't want to say this and put this out in the world and give people ideas, but all right, I'll say it because we're here.
Okay.
This is the podcast. God damn it! You age up Judy Warren like 10 years, and
Okay.
she's like 16 years old or whatever, or even older. Maybe she's like 24.
Mhm.
And Ed and Lorraine are gone. They're not dead because they were real people that really existed, and we know the years they died. But they're not around, and Judy Warren is her own demonologist, and she does demonology on a TV show, and every season or episode is a new thing.
It sounds like Supernatural.
It sounds like Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That too. It's a mix of those. Okay. I mean, I would watch that.
Supernatural. I never watched Supernatural, but from the gist of it, they really did do what you could do with this premise. So
Yeah.
that's why I'm saying we don't need it. I think it's happened.
Sure. That makes sense. By the way, of course I saw Supernatural back in the day when it was on TV, but I never saw it like fully. And then again,
it went on for like 11, 12 years.
Yeah, 11, 12 seasons. And I was like, okay, let me try to get back into this thing. And I checked each episode. It's like about an hour long. And there's like 20 episodes. And there's 11, 12 seasons. And that's after the first episode, and after I saw Negan, or the actor who plays Negan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, yeah?
Yes, him. Or the guy who played it in Watchmen. I was like, I can't do it. It's too long. It's too long and too many episodes.
Yeah, you gotta watch Smallville instead.
I'm on episode. I think I stopped because the Penguin came out. So I'm stopped I'm stopped at episode 10 in season 1.
We're watching one episode of Smallville a week. You've been watching it for months. You're 10 episodes in. Then you stop watching it. You are not going to be done with Smallville until you will be dead. You will not be alive anymore.
I'll be in my 60s, and I'll tell our group chat saying, "Guys, I did it. I finished Smallville.
I finished season 1.
I finished season 1. Yes, exactly." But all right. What's her face? Daniela burned the cake.
Yeah, she was given one job, and it was don't burn the cake and don't leave the kitchen. I guess that's 2 jobs technically.
Yeah, a little bit. Judy is.
If she hadn't left the kitchen, she wouldn't have burnt the cake. That's all I'm saying.
You can say that. That's true. Judy is feeding them chickens, and Daniela comes by. Judy discusses about Anthony Rios being a bully, but it turns out, as Skyler says, it turns out to be Daniela's little brother.
Crazy. What a world we live in.
Yeah, very small. Judy felt that her dad is gone. Excuse me. No. Daniela, excuse me, I typo that. Daniela felt that her dad is gone. Because Ed is not dead yet. Not until next year.
We're thinking he's gonna die in the next movie, but we don't know when the next movie's set. And again, Ed Warren was a real man who didn't really die until 2009. Did we say 2008?
Around there, yeah.
He made it into the 21st century.
Oh, maybe the movie takes place around the around mid 2010s.
I think Ed Warren lived long enough to know what MySpace was. Unless he died in 2003.
No, I think it was late 2000s.
Lorraine didn't pass away until 2019.
Right.
Well, the year that this came out.
Yes.
Actually, spoilers, this movie's dedicated to her in the credits.
Yes. That's a good spoiler.
Don't tell me that was your fun fact.
Yeah,
That's not a fun fact.
It was my interesting fact. Well, when did Ed die?
I'm looking it up. You keep talking about the ghosts.
All right. Where am I here? Back to Mary Ellen. She's ordering takeout, and we finally know the address for the Warrens. It's
the movie doxed them.
Yeah, it's 3506 Wayman Street. So Skyler.
Negra Arroyo Lane.
Yes. So do you want to visit this place, this house here?
Did you punch that into Google Maps to your map quest?
I did not yet.
Oh boy. Yeah, the Warren's house?
Yeah, you want to go to Warren's house?
That's just somebody's house.
No,
if that's a real address.
Well, by the end of this episode, we'll find out if it's a real place.
All right. Ed Warren sadly passed away in 2006.
Oh.
And MySpace was founded in 2003.
Yeah, but it got popular like 2006 and 7.
Sure, but it launched in August 2003, which means it's entirely possible that Ed Warren had a MySpace. What do you think his favorite song would have been? Elvis, Can't Help Falling in Love. Come on. Surely.
Damn right. Yeah, it is. And then his top 8 friends, his first has to be Lorraine.
Lorraine, his daughter.
His daughter. And then Annabelle, maybe?
The cop from the first movie.
Oh, yes. The guy with the mustache.
The guy that got bit and then never appeared in another movie.
Mm-hmm. All right. Shout out to Ed's MySpace.
Yeah.
Somebody ring the doorbell a lot of times. And there's a few loud knock-ins occurred. Mary Ellen peeps through the eye hole, and no one is there. Of course, we're 8 movies deep in. As Mary Ellen walks away, someone outside said, Is Annabelle there? Uh-oh. Mary Ellen said, Who? The person said, Can Annabelle come to play?
No.
Mary Ellen opens the door and it's B from the original Annabelle. The Annabelle herself.
That's crazy.
Mary Ellen said, I think you got the wrong house.
And then hit her with a baseball bat.
Bam! We don't have any Annabelles here. B said, Yes, she is. She's right behind you.
Ooh.
Mary Ellen checks behind her, and Bees runs away laughing. Hee ha hoo ha hee ha.
That's what she did.
Yeah. By the way, when that scene happened, I was like, oh, they're kind of copying The Strangers. 2008 was like, oh, is Tamara home?
Ooh. Well,
is that more scary or is this scary?
Well, we know who Annabelle is.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that helps you get your answer.
We don't know who Tamara is.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Or even if there is a Tamara. But we know we not only that's definitely scarier because not only do we know who Annabelle is, we know who B is.
Right.
We know who's asking. We know who they're asking about. And when she says they're right behind you, we know who to expect. So
Right.
I would definitely say The Strangers is scarier.
Yeah, they never talked about Tamara after that. So, all right.
Did they ask if Tamara was home in the new one?
They did. No. She asked, like, is Tamara home? And she's like, huh? And then she left. But then they never mentioned again. Again, of course, it's a remake, which should not exist.
When is because that's part 1 of 3. When is the next one coming out?
And it's not coming out. I guarantee you it is
No.
out.
They made them, though.
Where are they at? We only have 2 months in this year.
Yeah, it was all supposed to come out in 1 year, just like the Horizon saga.
Oh, when a man comes around.
No, that's different.
Oh.
Upcoming.
Yeah, when is Strangers Chapter 2 and 3 coming out? Because I'm not gonna watch that. Or I might have to watch it.
It does not have a release date. It is expected to be released in early 2025. They were all supposed to come out this year.
So
and the first one, the only person that saw it was you, and you hated it. So
literally the worst thing. I'd rather watch the original 10 times over again. But yeah, terrible. Chapter 1, Strangers Chapter 1, not it for me. Yeah, so what's her name? Annabelle. She runs away laughing. Daniela tells Judy that she still hope her dad is somewhere out there, somewhere. From the distance, Daniela sees what she sees is her dad by the patio. She checks the house and tries to go to the demon room, but Judy sees a white dressed woman upstairs.
La Llorona?
Maybe.
No.
No. She goes upstairs and sees the Annabelle doll peeking through the door. She slowly opens the door and she sees Annabelle sitting on the chair. The door slowly closes by itself, but when Judy opens it again, the doll is not there. She checks under the bed and there's a note that reads, "Good call back here.
Miss me?
Miss me." The bathroom door starts to shake, and Judy sees that same white dressed woman walking around the house from the window.
Yeah.
Yeah. She goes around the room and to the mirror in the room, and then across the room, the white dressed lady looked at Judy, and she's also bleeding everywhere. She pulled out a knife, cracks her head, and starts to charge at her. Judy picks up a cross, and then the next scene, Mary Ellen checks on Judy, and Judy is praying in the corner.
So this is our next monster, ghost, demon, spirit, whatever you want to call it, added to our rogues gallery here.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah,
she is called the Bride, as you would imagine.
Yeah,
I think she's also called some things call her the Bloody Bride. But so I've got a couple problems with the Bride.
Oh, what happened?
Well, number one, remember how in our last thing we were like, "Oh, La Llorona, she's just the nun, but not as cool."
Yeah,
kinda. In the movie, I'm not talking about the folklore, but in the movies, she's just like, "Oh, we already have the nun, so whatever." Well, this is just La Llorona, but not as cool. Like it's another step down.
It's like a tier. If you want to do a tier list, she's like she's an F, and then La Llorona is a B, and then the nun is like an A. So the Bride is not great.
Well, we will have our actual tier list at the end. Of the Conjuring season. But
it's like a Pokemon evolution. You have the Bride at the beginning, and then you get La Llorona, and then you get the nun.
Yeah, kinda. So that's my first problem. Is she's just another version of lanky woman in a dress walking around all creepy, and then she runs at you with whatever. We've seen that quite a bit. To the extent, also, her thing where the shot, we pan around the room, and she's through the window, the mirror, and that's the nun shadow. We've seen the nun shadow do that twice. And this lady stole it. The nun's gonna sue the bride.
You know, she should. It's. I mean, what else can she do?
I mean, don't get me wrong. On its own, seeing her walk like past the windows, and then we keep panning, and then suddenly she's in the hallway. That's cool.
It's a good shot.
Not to, and all the stuff that's like falling off the walls, and like the cross turns upside down, which we've also seen before.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's total gimmick infringement. She walks through the mirror as well.
Maybe she's like Mick Foley. She has 3 different personas.
Oh, it's all the same person.
Yeah, it's the same person. Maybe.
Well, so my last problem.
Yeah.
With the bride is originality, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Because the nun Valak is a demon, a fallen angel. La Llorona, actual Mexican folklore. Then they're like, okay, well, we need to come up with another ghost for this. How about a bride? And she's covered in blood, and she's got a knife, and she'll yell at you and chase you.
It's like Prom Night with the original movie.
Well, a character, a serial killer bride, is literally from the Haunted Mansion ride at Disneyland.
Oh, it is.
I think they included the bride in the new movie as well.
They did.
Really bad, and I don't recommend that movie.
Yeah,
I recommend the Eddie Murphy one. That one's fun. Yes. But yeah, it's not very original.
No.
I mean, I guess if you're looking for like creepy imagery, but again, just woman in a dress. Again, we've seen it so many times. So
they could have. Yeah, they should have done something different.
This one, it's safe to say that the bride is not my favorite monster spirit from this movie.
Yeah, I agree. Judy tells Mary Ellen that she sees things like her mom, as we said. Mary Ellen tries to comfort her, and she said, "Not all ghosts are bad."
That's probably true.
Yeah. Daniela shows Mary Ellen the files of the victim who killed by the ferryman.
All right, Abrar, I need you to. So, if you and I were looking through some stuff,
yeah,
and I came up to you and I was like, "Check this out, Abrar. There was this guy. He was called the Spooky Dookie Man, and he killed 37 people 50 years ago. And the last guy he killed, look at this. It's a picture, and he looks just like you. Would you take that well?"
Hell no. Absolutely not. Also,
I would say, get that shit out of my face.
Dude, also, he puts coins to cover their eyes, and that image is haunting.
Yeah, it's a real custom that they used to do.
I know, it is a custom, but it's not my custom.
It's spooky.
It is. She also talked about the Black Shuck, aka the werewolf.
Yeah,
it's about a hellhound that possessed a man in England, your neck of the woods.
I am not from England. American Werewolf in London.
Yeah, good movie.
It's a good movie made by a bad man.
Yes, and also the the werewolf movies coming out too. So,
the Wolfman.
Sorry,
friend of the show.
Yes, absolutely.
Not really, but
no.
Saw.
Yes, he knows us.
Does he?
Doesn't know us. No, he doesn't know us.
Ah, damn it. So he made the new Invisible Man, and he's making the new Wolfman.
He's going places.
Good for him, dude. I've always liked his stuff. You know the movie Upgrade?
Great movie.
Good movie, man.
He knows how to. He should be the next Martin Scorsese. You know.
Yeah, maybe.
Or
He's very good at making movies. He's not good at pretending like he's dying from a poisoned cigarette.
no, that's that he should win an Oscar for that.
I agree.
uh, Mary Ellen asked about what do they do? What do they put coins on their eyes? And again, Judy showed up and said they used to put them over their eyes of the dead to pay the ferryman.
Listen, all right. So me as an adult man, I knew that.
Sure.
And also I'm like, oh, Judy, you don't deserve to be bullied because stuff. This is a harsh world we're living in.
Yeah.
But then when they're like, why is that happening? And she walks in and she's like, it's an old custom where they like. I get why you're bullied though. Like I don't agree with it, but I understand why it's happening. You need to stop.
Yeah, she's like the old lady in the back giving
Yeah.
the ghost stories. I like it. I wouldn't bully her.
No,
I'll
I
be like,
don't bully her. I don't. Like I say, I don't agree with it. I'm just saying
you
I'm
will
not
do it.
surprised it's happening.
It makes sense. Yeah. So Ferryman can take their souls to the underworld.
If you don't pay his toll, then he will take your soul.
It's like the Undertaker quote: "Digging holes and taking souls."
Undertaker did not say you got to go and dig those holes.
Oh, if the Undertaker was in the Holes movie, I'm buying that on 4K.
You already bought it on 4K.
I did. I'll buy it again. The
Undertaker edition.
yeah. Daniela shows a picture of the moaners. Oh, excuse me.
Whoa.
The moaners. Yeah, that's what it says. The moaners bracelet, where Judy explains it helps you contact
Mourners. Mourners.
Excuse me, mourners, not the other one that I just said.
Oh my
Mourners. The bracelet. Judy explains that it helps you contact your lost loved ones.
Would you use that
No.
to talk to your old parakeet?
Oh.
Who I think we established due to math and parakeet lifespans is probably not dead.
Yeah. My green parakeet must be still alive somewhere.
That's crazy.
Oh man! Imagine he flew here and he landed on my shoulder.
That'd be kind of spooky.
But the dead parakeet. No, let's not talk about it.
No, so you see the parakeet and it lands on your shoulder, but then you're like, "Oh, look, it's my parakeet," and I just see that it's that bug you killed earlier.
Oh god, again. Where's the Saul guy? He needs to direct our movie.
James Wan?
No, the
Lee Winnell?
Lee Winnell. That's his name.
Okay, the other Saul guy.
Yeah, the other Saul guy. He needs to direct our film. But yes, bingo. That's what Daniela needs. That bracelet. Daniela talked. What am I saying here? Oh, right. Daniela talked about the doll, the Annabelle doll, and Judy said, "Do not talk about her. She's in the case for a reason."
We don't like her. Judy doesn't like her because she got out that one time.
Yes. Oh yeah, especially in that. Remember, she was combing the. Yeah, that scene. I got it, Judy. I got it. Daniela just she started to touch things and turn on the projector. It was the Warrens exercising someone, and Mary Ellen is like, turn that shit off.
Whoa.
Later that night, the girls play a board game, as we mentioned. Freely mealy,
because you have to feel inside.
Feely mealy.
So, I'm confused because this was in the haunted objects room, was it not?
It was in the artifacts room.
Yeah, I'm going back. I'm looking.
No, it is. I remember.
I'm scrubbing the footage. I need to make sure. I'll take a screen cap if I have to.
It was showing with the ferryman and the black shuck and then the freely mealy. Yeah, free mealy.
Yeah,
I remember.
Absolutely, it was. It's right here. I'm looking at it.
Maybe it's not.
It's under the black shuck
Yeah.
box.
Maybe.
So
Yeah.
we need to get to the bottom of this and why, because then we see them getting the game.
Yeah.
But it's just like in a stack of board games in a room. So okay, so my first thought was, did what's her name? Daniela.
Yeah.
Did she take it out of there for some reason and be like, "Oh, we'll play this haunted game"? And I was like, "No, that doesn't make any sense." But then I was thinking, here's another two stupid things. First one is there a haunted version of Feely Mealy that they put away in the haunted objects room? But then Judy also just likes the game Feely Mealy, so they have a non-haunted version that they can play. Or Judy has a version of Feely Mealy in her room, and Ed and Lorraine also have a version that they just play sometimes in the haunted objects room. Now that doesn't really work. I feel like an idiot because only just now, live on the podcast, am I considering the possibility that Annabelle is loose and she put it there. Which, if I had to pick one that made the most sense in context of the film, it's that.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I'll go with number 2. Like they have their own separate board games.
That's the fun option, but I think the real one is that Annabelle put this here.
Damn, Annabelle. Well, let's get into the game here. How to play. How to
reach your hand in a terrifyingly black hole in this box.
Yeah.
And you hope you pull out something that's not gonna eat you.
Pretty much, it's just like Dune when Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, the Gum Jabbar.
Yeah.
There you go.
So that was the original Free Mealy.
I've read Dune. Yeah. That seriously, she sticks her hand in, and it's not just dark. It is the absence of all light. There's nothing in there. She's reaching her hand into a black hole. Yeah,
it will come later in this movie here that it might not turn out well. It might be I guess a little creepy. Mm-hmm. But Mary Ellen goes first. Before she pulls it out, the bell rang. Not bell rang. The doorbell rang.
It's the Undertaker.
Oh my god! But this is my favorite part here, actually.
Oh, of course, me too.
So Mary Ellen crush Bob is the one who knocked, aka he is Walter White.
Bob's got balls.
Yes, balls. Bob tries to riz, but the Pizza Man showed up and said,
Let's talk about Bob's riz. How do we think he did?
It's if you have to rate it as a boom or doom, it's a doom.
I think, well, no, because he's kind of a goofball idiot. But that's clearly what she likes about him, so it's working. I think what's hurting his riz is the only reason he's here is because he knows she already likes him. Like, he liked her too, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think the only reason he was confident enough to knock on the door was because Daniela said earlier, like, hey, do
his crush on you.
Come on.
Yeah.
So that's why he's here. And even the pizza guy, who I love this pizza guy, I don't know, he's just some shaggy stoner. He shows up and he's like, bro, dude, you gotta woo her, man.
Yeah. Woo, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I actually love the part where he's like, guys like Mary Ellen need to be wooed. Don't you mean girls? What did I say?
Guys.
I like this guy.
Yeah, he just starts to laugh. The pizza guy. Should we give him a name?
No. His hat has a slice of pizza on it. He is the pizza guy.
The pizza guy said there's
I'm
only one.
gonna put the pizza guy on the list of of monsters from the Conjuring universe.
We have to rate him from there. The pizza guy said there's only one way to woo her: rock and roll.
Hell yeah, dude, I agree.
The pizza guy left, and Bob left to as well. But Mary Ellen said, "Oh, I forgot to ask you something, man. Why do they call you Balls?" Bob is like, "I work for the basketball equipment. No background story. Just like, hey, I need balls. I got balls.
That'll do it.
Pretty much.
Who's got
Bob.
balls? Bob's got balls.
Absolutely. Judy eats that pizza and was watching some game show, and they showed the real life Raggedy Annabelle doll.
Raggedy Ann.
Raggedy Ann. Sorry, I had a different accent there.
Yes, you sure did.
They showed that doll, and then the TV turned off, and the remote disappeared too. Judy looks underneath the couch and found it, and the Annabelle doll was there too, also on the ground. She checks behind the couch, but the lights turned off. Both Daniela and Mary Ellen brought the birthday cake. They sings happy birthday. Daniela and Mary Ellen tucks in Judy. Judy gives a birthday invitation to Daniela, and hopefully she'll stop by.
Hopefully.
So that
we're friends now. I really like the small character arc. Not to imply that Daniela was ever like a mean or bad person, because we never see that. Sure. But she very clearly she comes over and she only wants one thing: to get into the Warrens' room to mess with stuff so that she could talk to her dad. And we learned that the reason for that is because she was driving the car when the accident happened, when he died. And so, touching stuff there. But just to see her go from just like coming over uninvited, basically, and Judy's like, who are you? And then they're nice to each other and they become friends, and she becomes one of Judy's genuine friends.
Honestly, yeah. It's good. I like it. We hear Bob playing and he's singing a guitar outside of the house. He is wooing Mary Ellen. It's very 80s of him.
Yes, sir.
Do people still do this?
No. I don't think so.
Should we bring it back?
I don't think... Do you know anybody with a front lawn big enough to do this? Because I feel like if you did this outside of a window, you'd have to be... Because he's like in a grassy like lawn off like the side of the house too.
It is, yeah.
Like in the shitty ass suburbs we live in. Imagine squeezing between two houses. Like the person in the neighbor's house would poke their head out and be like, "Stop!
Yeah,
stop that!" Or they'd shoot you with a gun. No, people don't do this anymore.
No. Unless he goes in the backyard, but you can't go to the backyard. You have to do it in the front of the house.
No. What if you tried and there's a dog?
Oh, there's a lot of dogs here, actually.
Yeah, well, guess what? There's kind of a dog here, too.
Oh, as you mentioned. Well, before that happens, Judy says, Bob got balls.
Bob's got balls.
Yeah. All of a sudden, he gets attacked by the Black Shark, this werewolf creature. Your thoughts on this werewolf? He's very ghostly, too.
You know, I was pretty hard on the bride.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a big CGI wolf.
Yeah.
There's really nothing to this.
Very goosebummy or Are You for the Dark type of thing here.
Yeah, now the Black Shuck is at least a real folklore, I'm pretty sure.
Is it? I mean, we mentioned it, right? The It was a bloodhound turned to a man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like it's a real folklore from
England.
yeah, from Norfolk, England. Folklore of Norfolk. So I'm saying that all wrong. I'm done saying these England places. But yes. So that one kind of leans into, La Llorona's a folklore, the Black Shuck's a folklore, the Crooked Man is like a nursery rhyme. So that one feels like he belongs, at least. I just think the execution is kind of boring. He's just a big CGI wolf, and he chases you, and he tries to claw you. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, it's not scary. It's just a threatening ghost, I guess.
this one feels to me the most Goosebumps because going back to, again, just that Goosebumps movie, and there was a book too, I'm sure. I don't know if there was an episode of this one though. The basketball player or whatever that no, that's Teen Wolf. What I'm saying, there was a guy that became a werewolf in Goosebumps, and he was in a movie. He was like a werewolf in like basketball shorts, and that's what it felt like to me. Just a big CGI wolf. It's like whatever. It's we're just filling seats. We're just filling the roster. We had to come up with something. Werewolf.
I guess so. Do you remember the Goosebumps episode where that kid is trying to, I guess, like night swim, but he goes to his school pool, and then there's like a creature underneath. Do you remember that episode?
Are you sure that's Goosebumps? I thought that was Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Maybe it was Afraid of the Dark. Yeah,
because Are You Afraid of the Dark? Goosebumps was spooky but cartoony.
Yes.
Are You Afraid of the Dark was like, this is a little uncomfortable, and I remember that one being a little scarring,
a little scary. Yeah. Well, it's kind of like this monster. I don't know. Maybe they should add this pool monster for that, but
they did a pool monster in the last one, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Ah, damn it. Never mind.
Do you think Night Swim is part of the Conjuring universe?
Man, if it is, I'm not rewatching that.
But he likes his pool.
He loves his pool. He looked at the camera and he says, "I love the pool." The girls goes outside, but Bob left, of course, because he's running out of his life because of the Black Shuck.
Oh, he's got balls though.
Yeah, he does. Daniela also leaves for the night, but she goes off wandering somewhere else. By the way, it's very foggy here again.
Oh yeah.
Daniela. Boo! But again, by the way, we see Daniela entering the house from the backside, and she enters the artifact room, the demon room. Mary Ellen explains that Daniela's dad, to Judy, that she was driving and she got into an accident, and then the dad passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Daniela goes into the box, and of course, Annabelle is not there. She opens a chest, and it has the bracelet we mentioned earlier. She puts the picture of her dad and herself in that bracelet thing here. She said, if there's any presence here, right after she said that, a chair starts to rock back and forth. The door locked, and we hear the piano playing. She gets closer to the piano, and it plays Twinkle Twinkle. She plays Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. A hand appeared, and it's her dad.
Ooh! At first, did you think it was Bill Wilkins?
Oh,
that old creepy hand.
That'd be creepy. No, I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking
no,
her dad. But if it was Bill Wilkins, forget about it. It was a touching moment.
Well,
until her dad said, "Look what you made me do! Look what you did to me!"
That's what he said. Exactly how he said it.
Yeah.
His face is all scarred up. He's missing an eye, and he screams. And oh no,
it's all your fault. He says.
He's so mean.
Yeah. We see Bob hiding.
Clearly, the Annabelle demon messing with her.
Oh, absolutely. Why would your dad say that to you?
Yeah, why would your dad throw you into a wall?
Damn it. We see Bob hiding in the chicken pen, surrounded by the black shuck. A little door opened and a chicken walked out.
Well, that chicken had some business to accomplish. He's out of here.
Yeah. Bacon is good for me.
You'll never see this chicken again.
Bob closed that door, but the black shuck ate that chicken.
I don't think we can prove that. I think a chicken got scared. The chicken squawked. We know that happened.
Yes.
But I don't think there's any proof of that chicken. I imagine that chicken is just out there.
Well, he's our little biscuit.
Yeah, that's my little biscuit. When he was in the chicken coop, I was thinking of the Briscoe brothers.
Oh,
yeah,
that's good.
I don't know. That's the most that's the most like lazy. I was just like chickens, Briscoes. Like yeah, I couldn't even. Nope. Let's move
on. Mary Ellen is cleaning the kitchen, but a milk glass shattered over. Mary Ellen gets the dustpan and cleans it up, but here's the record playing by itself. Oh, we're getting that Mia vibes in Annabelle when that record played. She feels something. She checks on Judy, and Judy is fine. She pulls the blanket of Judy, and the Annabelle doll is there. By the way, is Mary Ellen okay? She's like, I know she's never seen the doll, but like that's a creepy doll, and you're still leaving Judy with that doll. Like, what's going on?
Judy's a weird kid, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna assume. You think if your babysitter or your parents walked into your room, they saw you sleeping soundly, and above your head was a Bilbo Baggins poster, they'd be like, "That's weird. I gotta take that down."
No.
Or Star Wars: The Phantom Menace poster, or the big Shaq head, or the Hasbulla. You know what? I'm surprised I didn't go to the Hasbulla first. If someone walked in and saw the Hasbulla sitting next to you, staring at you, watching you sleep, you think they're gonna think that shouldn't be there? I should move that. Oh my god, that was terrifying because he was like green screened out, and then his head appeared.
Well, there he is. No, I agree. If you see that, please remove the Annabelle doll or Hasbulla out of here. Yeah. Well, back to
Hasbulla's
Daniela.
about the same size as the Annabelle doll too.
A little bit, but this guy's a little cute. It's fine. Back to Daniela. The TV turned on, and Daniela is staring at herself in real time.
This is weird too.
Yeah.
What is TV?
I think they're trying to do like the Portuguese type of thing here, right?
Sure. I mean, someone had the idea clearly where it's like, oh, there's a TV and you turn it on and it's you, but it's like 2-3 seconds ahead, so it's like the future. Like I'm not saying that the idea is stupid. I'm just saying at this point we're just throwing stuff in, and it doesn't. I don't feel like this fits in the universe.
I guess not.
And there's the part where she's walking around too, and she hears like a rattlesnake, and there's like a little taxidermied rattlesnake on the shelf. It's like, what was that? What? No, because what this makes me think. This doesn't make me think like, oh, we're in the Warrens' place and they have all these haunted objects. Yeah. It makes me think, what was the case that they did? That these real people went out and did, where they took this haunted TV or this haunted rattlesnake. What's going on?
We will never know because next movie.
Because in the next movie, Ed's gonna die.
Potentially, you never know. He might survive. But yeah, as you mentioned, she heard a rattlesnake. All of a sudden, the TV is now in the future, and the chimp behind her, to the chimp toy, fell, and then she's just panicking.
The chimp toy I could believe was from one of their cases because of the Crooked Man thing, the little music box. I believe they got that chimp. There's a story to that chimp. I can't quite fathom the story behind the haunted television.
No, I don't know about that. But for the chimp, maybe remember in Toy Story 3 where the chimp was looking over the surveillance?
Security guard.
Yeah.
And the Stephen King movie, the James Wan produced movie, The Monkey, coming out.
Oh, yes, that is coming out.
That's the same guy, maybe.
It is. Not James Gunn.
Not James Gunn, allegedly.
No. Back to Mary Ellen. She hears a recording in the office room.
Oh, here we go.
Yes, here we go. It was the convo they had earlier. The lights turned off, and she grabs a flashlight. She checks on the Ferryman files, and right behind her is the man from the picture. The man is standing up straight with the coins covering his eyes. The end. Great scene. I am still creeped out about this Ferryman guy. It's good. It's a good look here. Not a good look, not for me. Mary Ellen checks out in the hallway, and a single coin drops to her. I think it flips heads. What do you think? Was it heads or tails?
I wasn't paying attention.
I didn't either. It looked like heads.
No, I meant to you just now. I wasn't paying attention.
Oh no!
I'm sorry.
But yeah, behind.
Distracted.
Oh no! Mary Ellen. Behind Mary Ellen is the Ferryman guy with the coins on his eyes.
Oh, the coin fell off.
Yeah, so the coin dropped down.
All right. Well, my answer to that was I wasn't paying attention. So
okay. Yeah, so she was in the hallway. Coin dropped. She picked it up, the coin, and starts to check the living room. Behind is another person with coins for her eyes.
Ooh.
She hears another coin on the ground and another one. She checks the kitchen, and there's a tall person with huge eyes staring at her, like from the top of the doorway.
Yeah.
She flashes those eyes with her flashlight, and the coins drop down from the height.
Yes.
I like the scene.
Yeah.
The flashlight died, and she picked up that coin. Wow, it was a huge coin. And then the Ferryman popped up and drags Mary Ellen. He's like the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, he's I don't know if he's supposed to emulate like biblically like how do you pronounce his name? Charon the boatman from like Dante's Inferno or in the game Hades. If anyone's played Hades, good game. Shout out Hades. I know the guy that made it. One of the guys that made it. Pretty simple design, just like rotting man, no nose, big Grim Reaper hood, and he has a scythe in. Oh no, he's got a lantern.
Yeah, lantern.
Got a big lantern. I like that. He's cool. So I've kept complaining that's like, that this doesn't look, very good, or this doesn't fit in the universe. This one works for me. Ferryman is cool. He's just as cool as the Crooked Man.
Oh yeah.
And then also just a fun little thing as well. As soon as she escapes the Ferryman, she runs, and there's this great shot. I love shots like this where the camera is above and it swoops over her head down the hallway as she runs down this narrow hallway. Really cool.
Yeah,
But I made a note in my brain, or rather I said out loud while watching, when the ferryman like grabs her and is dragging her into that, because the room becomes like a little cabin in a boat almost. That's what it feels like, a small cabin where he's like keeping coffins the people he's taking. And it almost drags her in there, and she barely escapes. And I said, like, that was scary. Not like, oh god, that scared me, but like that is the closest anyone's come in these movies to being just taken.
That's true. She almost got taken in that scene.
She was almost gone, just like that.
Damn. Well, hey man, this is our Mary Ellen.
No, I'm rooting for her.
Mary Ellen checks on Judy after the ferryman disappeared. Judy couldn't hear a thing. She's sleeping, but her foot got dragged. Judy, so she also her body dragged as well. She checks under the blanket, and it's the Annabelle doll sitting on her lap. But there was the little bee who popped out of nowhere and attacks Judy.
That's creepy, man. Don't do that.
Yeah. Good shot too. Yeah. Yeet her out of here. But yeah, she popped out of nowhere in that darkness under the blanket. Good shot here. Judy broke the multicolor lamp, and all of a sudden the Annabelle doll starts to have a shadow, and gets up.
Ooh.
From the doll, and now it's B, which becomes a demon. Judy and Mary Ellen tries to escape, but they are trapped like Josh Hartnett in the movie Trapped.
Ooh, it's a trap. Ooh, he gets really tall too.
He gets very tall,
and it's the first time we actually see the Annabelle demon.
Yes.
So far in this movie.
It's good. So it's rolling. They called Lorraine, of course, because they're panicking, and trying to tell what's happening. And Annabelle, and then Lorraine asked, "Can I speak to Annabelle?" Bitch, what?
She's inside the phone.
Oh no! She says, you need give her a soul. She wants her soul.
No.
All the bells in the house starts to ring. Ding, 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 ding.
That was set up earlier as well because there were bells, and Judy was like, oh, my mom collects them.
Oh, that's true. Oh, okay. That comes in full circle here.
I mean, it kind of, to me, seems like... we want a scene where a bunch of bells start ringing. Yeah. That'll be creepy. But then why would there be a bunch of bells? So they write in earlier, like, oh, mom collects them. Like, that's...
Makes sense.
It's very loosely covering your tracks, but it was set up and it did pay off. So I'll allow it.
I'll allow it too. Back to Daniela. She is still trapped and crying. On the TV, it shows her screaming at the TV covered with blood in the future. Yeah, an old phone rang and Daniela picks it up. Mary Ellen and Judy came by and told her to stop. Everything is moving. A typewriter is typing, miss me, miss me, miss me, miss me, miss me.
That's not fair.
No. Judy explains that they must lock the Annabelle back into her case so that the other spirits will rest. Daniela explains that she just wants to say sorry to her dad because kind of killed him, and I let I like the scene here. She said, "I let the Annabelle out." Judy asked, "What else did you touch?" Daniela says, "Everything." The room starts to go crazy. Bob protects Judy from
oh yes,
from the black shuck as she retrieves Mary Ellen's asthma inhaler.
Big hero moment.
Yeah.
Mary Ellen's asthma has been set up and talked about multiple times. Where's the inhaler? It's in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bride shows up and is trying to attack stuff. So Judy needs to get the inhaler out of the car. Black Shuck's outside, of course.
Yeah.
Starts attacking the car. Spooky. scene. I mean,
Yeah.
kind of Jurassic Park-esque, where the two kids are in the car in the rain, the T-Rex is trying to get in.
Yeah, it is like that.
And then great bit where she's running, screaming, and then Bob's got balls comes around the corner with his guitar from earlier, takes a big old swing at the black shuck, cracks it over the face. The guitar splinters, which as a wrestling fan we love to see that.
Yes.
And then the werewolf disappears into like a big puff of fog.
That's how you destroyed it, I guess.
Good bit. That was good.
Yeah. In the meanwhile, Danielle is being possessed by the bride.
I don't believe for a second it was destroyed, by the way. I feel like he like hit it and it went away for a second, but I don't. That thing would come back.
That's true. It is a ghost. But yeah, shout out to Bob, a hero,
Bob and his balls,
Never forget about his balls. Without his balls, there's just Bob.
That's true. And without his balls, Bob wouldn't have fought a werewolf.
No, not in the lightest of the day.
Without his balls, he'd still be in with the chickens.
That's true.
That chicken that left, he's got balls.
Yes, and that's why if he stayed in that chicken pen, he'd be called a chicken.
He'd be called. Oh, I was gonna say Bob's got chickens, but what you said was better.
There we go. But yes, so they got into the house. Judy is very smart because Daniela is asking for help in the upstairs room, and Mary Ellen is like, "Yeah, we should help her." And Judy's like, "That is not her, son." Mary Ellen and Judy find the doll when the ghost priest appeared, acting as Judy's guardian and guides them to the ferryman. That's what Mary Ellen told her. Not all ghosts are bad. This scene here, I'm like, this is kind of graphic. Mary Ellen and Judy hears the samurai killing someone in the hallway or in the room because that samurai gear was like in the hallway.
Samurai armor.
Excuse me, armor.
No, you're fine.
What did I say? Gear?
Yeah, but you're a wrestling fan.
Yeah, damn it. Mary Ellen and Judy gets to the office and the closet door opened and it's the Annabelle doll sitting there. And she was like, I was expecting you guys to show up. Because I think she got her legs crossed too, sitting on the bear on the.
Is she?
I want to assume so.
It's really quite sassy if that's the case.
Yeah, absolutely.
She has her hands in her lap. She's sitting rather sassily in this shot.
Yes. Yeah. They retrieved the key in that board game that they played.
Oh boy.
They got into the room and then more people with coins covering their eyes are there too. It's like that scene in The Nun where the nun goes into the room and the other nun prays. That is what's happening with Judy. Judy is praying while Mary Ellen is going to the closet here.
Yeah.
Mary Ellen sees more and more coin people until at the end of the hallway. She sees herself with the coins covering her eyes, holding the doll.
But is that her or is it the girl that looked like her that was taken?
Oh, I want to see that was her though.
Yeah, I mean, it possible, but we were expressly told earlier that there was a girl that looked like her that was taken by the ferryman.
Maybe. I guess I never thought of that.
Yeah.
Well, she struggles when she tries to grab the doll. Mary Ellen is now fighting with the bride or Daniela, pretty much because they're the same person right now. Judy turns on the protector of when her dad is exercising someone, but
Not like Richard Simmons, but like a priest.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. Exercising as in exorcism. Excuse me.
No, I mean you didn't say it wrong. That is how you say it. I just wanted to clarify.
No, yeah, it is two different meanings.
Because if if he had like leg warmers on and little weights and he was doing a dance, like he could be. Can you imagine Ed doing that?
Maybe in the Elvis costume, I could see him doing that.
Ooh, in the fake Elvis movie that we made up that he was in.
Yes,
because he was never.
But yeah, not Richard Simmons. Sorry, apologize to all for those who were confused there.
Yeah, rest in peace, Richard Simmons.
Yeah, man, he was a very jolly man.
Yeah.
But some the hands are coming out of the board game.
The
grabs Judy. Yeah, the freely mealies are coming out of there. Thoughts on this scene, man?
Good visual because you have like this. Was Feely Mealy a real game?
Do you want to look it up?
Surely, right now. I'm gonna look up Feely Mealy because oh my god, Google knew. Oh my god, it was a real game. Yeah, it looks like it was real. No, I mean because on the Wikipedia thing, it just says takes you to like the Milton Bradley, but yeah, yes. No, it was real.
1967. Oh no, I'm not playing that.
But yeah, so you have that old like board game box art, little cartoon hands, but then real terrifying, ghostly, evil human hands coming out of all the holes in this tiny little box. Looks cool, looks spooky. No one likes a hand grabbing you, making you fall. It's scary.
No. It is terrifying to see hands out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Judy tries to put the doll in the case, but the demon stops her and grabs Judy.
The demon comes around.
Oh god! Well, the demon is sucking the soul of Judy.
Oh, like freaking Harry Potter.
Yeah, pretty much. It is like Harry Potter.
They were doing some effects here with the demon in this one, where I think they were like taking frames out of him to make him like snap around very quickly, very unhuman like,
I think that's more what the demon did in the first Annabelle movie.
I don't remember him doing anything cool in that one. I remember seeing him being like, "Oh, there's a demon."
He's just staring in the stairs, and that's it.
We see him pretty clearly in this scene. To the point where I guess I didn't realize he had horns before. But he's got big old horns in this, big old devil horns that kind of like swoop down, goat-like.
Maybe it grew throughout the movies.
Possible. He's been in the Annabelle prison for a while.
But yeah, he is sucking the soul of Judy, Harry Potter-esque here. Voldemort. Mary shows up and gets yeeted and hits the samurai outfit. And now he's alive, kinda. Judy puts the cross on the demon and it starts to burn him. After the doll is put back in the case and locked, the disturbance ceases of the demon, bride, and ferryman. Judy says evil has been contained.
Oh, yes.
That's what her mom said in the beginning of the movie. Evil has been contained.
Very good.
That should be on a t-shirt, right? Evil has been contained.
I don't think your average person would get the reference. They probably just question what that means. But yeah, it'd be cool.
Maybe put the little Conjuring sign. He's like, oh, it's from the Conjuring.
No,
Conjuring
sign. What's the Conjuring sign?
No, I'm like just put the Conjuring logo.
The logo.
Yeah.
I see.
Bob showed up and he's like, "Oh man, I'm not okay. There was a werewolf outside."
He's speaking his truth, and I agree with him.
Yeah. Judy says he saved me.
For the record, like, yes, he fought a werewolf.
Yeah.
and that's a huge day for anybody.
Yes.
He didn't know there was other stuff.
No. You just saw the werewolf, and that's it.
Yeah, you think the actual hellspawn demon and the ferryman and the killer bride. You think all of that, like if he had known that was going to happen, he wouldn't have come inside.
He got balls. I don't think he would have.
He's got balls. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, Judy says, yeah, he saved me, and Mary Ellen says, like, you saved her. That's how you woo Mary Ellen. You save people.
That's right. You have balls.
You balls all the way.
What did Tom Brady say during Deflategate? He said, "To me, those balls were perfect." So to me, that bob was perfect.
Yes, absolutely.
Put that on a shirt.
Yeah. No, I'll put on my underwear. I don't know.
To me, Bob's balls were perfect.
Yeah. But where's Heinz? Where's a Fruit of the Loom? Get that sign right now.
I think Heinz is ketchup.
Oh, put it on ketchup.
Don't put his balls on ketchup.
Do it. Mustard. It's yellow too. Never mind. Yeah. Ed and Lorraine return the next morning. At Judy's birthday party, Daniela apologizes to Lorraine, who gives her a comfortable message about her father. Also, a lot of more kids showed up for Judy's birthday.
Oh my god, everybody.
Yeah, I think the whole class.
I don't know how this happened. They just kind of showed up. I assume, because the kid that we learn is Daniela's brother. He's a little shithead, right?
Yeah.
So I assume, and then we saw earlier when Mary Ellen was like, "Don't make me tell your sister," and the kid got scared. He was like, "Oh," and he ran away.
Yeah.
So he's scared of his sister. So his sister probably went and beat his ass, or like yelled at him, and then she was like, "You're gonna be a good kid, and you're gonna take all these. You're gonna let these kids go to the party." I think that's what happened. I think Danielle's a good friend.
Why is Anthony Rios wearing a suit for a birthday party?
That's a little look into Anthony Rios' life. He's a dapper gentleman. He's like a report of the week, putting on suits to review fast food burgers in his car.
You're talking about Review Bra?
Review Bra. I'm a subscriber. I love Review Bra.
I am too. I think recently he disliked the Taco Bell new menu. So.
Oh man, he's been going to war with places recently. The gloves have come off in recent years. Review Bra doesn't give a shit. He'll be like, "This is the most disappointing thing." He'll tell Taco Bell they're making slop.
Yeah,
that's why he's the hero we need.
Absolutely. Maybe him and the Costco brothers or Costco guys can make some collaboration here. So
I don't think Review Bra would much care for the energy that the Costco guys bring to a room. So no, I disagree with that.
No, like he'll bring his chicken. Big Justin will bring his chicken bake, and AJ will bring his double chunk chocolate cookie.
I don't.
And then he'll just review it.
I think Review Bra could and potentially should review a Costco chicken bake or the double chunk chocolate cookie, which is not called that at Costco. It's the double chocolate chunk cookie.
But that doesn't right. Doesn't.
No, AJ was good with that. He was smart there to do what he did. He was very smart.
Yeah.
We were talking about Annabelle Comes Home a minute ago.
Yeah.
Let's probably finish that.
Let's finish this movie here. The movie ends with Ed singing a song at the end of the movie, and that's it.
Yeah, they kind of play the hits on Ed and Lorraine being lovable characters where, Lorraine she gave the locket or the
bracelet.
Gave the bracelet to Daniela and was like, your father's out there and he doesn't blame you and he loves you and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, when I was your age, I ran away with a boyfriend for 3 days and that was bad. And then Daniela's like, I let a demon out. I don't think that's really comparable. And And then they do a little cute little bit where she's like, "So, does Mr. Warren know about this boyfriend?" And she's like, "Honey, he was the boyfriend."
Yes.
And then Ed gets his guitar that we know he can play, but we don't actually hear him play a song because we didn't want to pay for a song for this movie, I don't think.
Yeah.
So it's but yes, the movie has concluded.
Yeah. So what is now? As we are done with this movie, what are your thoughts now? What
I'm
do
gonna
you?
bump it up half a star, 3.5.
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
think
bump it up.
I'm still sticking with 4.
I still think there's a lot of this movie that were just ideas we had that we wanted to cram in, and they don't fit the universe. And a lot of this movie is like, well, that has been executed better before, or that wasn't executed super great, or whatever. But me personally, I think this movie's a lot of fun and a great Halloween movie, specifically. More so than any other movie in the Conjuring series so far. Like, Conjuring 2 is still my favorite. Annabelle Creation is really good. But I think as far as like, oh, it's Halloween time, trying to put on a Halloween feeling movie. This movie's not even set during Halloween either. It just has that vibe.
It does.
So I'm going to bump this one up half a star, 3.5, give it an official passing grade. I think this movie's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I mean, although the demon stuff is like whatever, but I do love the camaraderie, if that's the word.
The main
with all
three girls, yeah, they're
main
friendship.
girls, them, and then also Bob. In the meanwhile,
Oh, he's got balls.
You got balls. I think I just like more of the characters than the actual scary parts of the movie.
Yeah.
Which is usually that doesn't happen all the time.
Yeah, this one isn't that scary.
No.
Except
for the ferryman.
It's more fun. The ferryman's got some spooky stuff going on. He's definitely the best monster in this.
Yeah.
But as like if you compared to like we talked about La Llorona last time, and it's just like jump scare, jump scare, jump scare, jump scare, which we were complaining about. This one doesn't really have that.
No.
It's more. It does play into creepy. Obviously, it has a couple of jump scares, like when little bee jumps out of the blankets, and and the ferryman's face up close. That's a jump scare. So there's stuff still, but I think it just plays more like a good like haunted adventure movie.
Honestly, yes,
a lot of fun. So
that's why we liked for this one. So Annabelle 1 wasn't that great. Annabelle 2 was amazing.
Yep.
And then this one is almost right on the same level as well.
Yeah, they close it out fairly strong.
Yeah.
So there's I would say there's 2 good Annabelle movies and one that I just wouldn't even bother watching.
Yeah. Usually the third movie of the trilogy is not the best. So
that's interesting because so on Letterboxd, which is my movie rating app of choice, Annabelle 1, its ratings are kind of all over the place. 61, almost 62,000 people gave it 3 stars. 40,000 people gave it 2.5, and 56,000 gave it 2 stars. Like that's where most of its people are, is between 2 and 3 stars.
Mm-hmm.
Annabelle Creation, a lot of 3 stars.
What?
56,000 people said 3 stars, but it does lean the other way.
Okay.
There were 21,000 people that said 2 stars and 23,000 people that said 2.5, but 35K said 3.5 and 30K said 4 stars, which is what I gave it.
Okay.
And then this one, the ratings are closer to what the first one was, which is shocking to me. 41,000 people gave it 3 stars. 26,000 gave it 2.5. 29 gave it 2, and only 17K gave it 3.5, and 14K, almost 15K, gave it 4 stars. So, that's personal opinions. That doesn't really carry much weight of anything. What carries is the grade you give it for yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that people thought it was a bad movie, but
I think when you get this far in a series, especially a series like connected to like this is the 8th movie of the Conjuring series, but it's the 3rd Annabelle movie. I think people are like, "Oh, Annabelle sucks." So I don't like the Annabelle movies, period. So they go in with that mindset.
Yeah, true.
But I think the way we've been watching it as part of the full Conjuring series, we're like, okay, Conjuring 1 is good. Annabelle's bad. Oh, Conjuring 2 is really good. I think that helps be like, okay, yeah, the first Annabelle movie was bad, but the second one was really good, so this one is also good.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. I think people all should watch the universe in the way we are doing it. So it might make it a little bit better.
Or just skip Annabelle 1. I think you could totally get away with it. Like, what are you really missing out on if you skip Annabelle 1?
You're missing the sewing of Mia.
Yeah, that's it. And I guess if you watch Creation and you're like, "Oh, this movie was really good. I wonder what happened to the little girl who got adopted by the."
Right.
Like, it ends with a tie-in to the first one. But
Right.
if you go in and you're like, "That movie's bad and I don't care," then it doesn't matter.
I think if it's part of the story, you wanna continue that story, right? Want to see what happens. But
Sure. It's only one movie. I'm not going to tell you you can't watch it. I just would advise against it.
Well, it's all right. Well, I do have interesting facts for this movie.
Oh.
As you mentioned right in the beginning of the movie, this movie is dedicated to Lorraine Warren, who portrays Vera Farmiga, of course, who passed away.
Portrayed by Vera Farmiga.
Excuse me, yes, who passed away 2 months before the film's release. I'm sure she saw the film.
It's not impossible.
No.
But also, like Lorraine Warren, so obviously Lorraine had enough sway to consult on certain things and be like, I would like me and Ed to be portrayed this way. Like she said, she had a say in like, oh, Ed and Lorraine never get frisky. You know what I mean? Like they're a very wholesome couple.
Right.
Like, they dance and they hug, but
they
like
kiss.
Lorraine was like, don't show us being lewd or lascivious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like she had a consulting. I don't think she ever had a producer's credit on any of these. She's just but she was involved enough to be part of it and to be like in behind the scenes stuff and meet Vera Farmiga and stuff like that, as in the video that you shared.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she like the third Annabelle movie, would she have cared? I don't mean that as like as a dig on the movie or even her personal taste, but would she been like, oh, it's okay, I don't need to see it.
It's still talking about the Annabelle doll, so she might have some familiarity. But no, the thing is, she's very open to these movies, so I guess she'll be fine with that.
You know what's interesting? A question that I don't know if we've asked before. Judy Warren.
Yeah.
Is that a real person?
Oh. Well, we're in the last Annabelle movie. I don't think we're ever going to see her in the Conjuring 3.
Well, the next Conjuring movie has the Warrens in it, so...
But is she in it? I don't remember.
Know. Would McKenna Grace be in that then?
Because I just saw Conjuring 3. Do not remember Judy Warren.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think she was in the movie.
Ed and Lorraine Warren kids. Judy.
She alive?
She doesn't go by Judy Warren, by the way.
What's her name?
I don't want to dox this lady. She changed her name. I don't want to.
Oh.
I mean, people, if anyone listening would know exactly what I typed it into find it, but
she changed her name because she always been bullied, so she changed her whole name.
or she got married.
Oh,
I mean, she's Judy. Her name is Judy.
oh
So
okay.
yes,
Okay.
so yes, Judy is a real person.
Hmm.
Oh, this is old though.
Oh,
So we discussed before about how the Warrens' collection of haunted artifacts was a real thing,
yeah.
and it has since been sold to Zach Baggins, and he now has it in his haunted museum. So before that was sold off, I guess from what I'm reading here, Judy and her husband of 33 years ran the Warrens Occult Museum.
Nice.
So she's involved. She did not
Alright.
change her name to not be. She just got married, so she changed her name.
I'm surprised she's not with her mom while making these movies. Maybe she doesn't want to be part of it.
She might have been. You don't know that.
True.
I mean the movie. She is basically a normal everyday woman living in the world.
Yeah.
And because your parents were somewhat famous demonologists, there's a movie being made, and you are the main character.
Yeah.
So, like, surely she at the very least had to sign a paper. She had to sign some documents to be like, sure, I'll be in these movies.
Yeah, some waivers.
Hopefully, she got some kickback. Hopefully, she got some money.
Hope so.
Shout out Judy if you're listening.
Yes, if you're listening to the Brown Boy Wonder podcast, then you're a real one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
bet Judy listens.
How old is she? She's like 60?
Old.
I
don't know. She doesn't have official things, and I'm not gonna dig much deeper. Just know that Judy's out there, and good for her.
Absolutely. The second interesting fact is the samurai armor that features in the Warrens Occult Museum is based on Japanese mythology demon warrior, the Oni, marking along with the ferryman the second cultural mythology entity appearing.
Interesting. So that's the Oni. Oni translates to devil or demon, one of the two.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. All right. So then should I put that in the list? He didn't really do anything. He fell over.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I didn't think to put him in.
Nah, don't put him in.
I think you gotta get up and do stuff if you're gonna make the list of official Conjuring monsters.
Absolutely.
But it's cool to know that that's what they did.
Yeah. But the last interesting fact is a video, of course.
Oh god, these scare me now. After last time.
No, this is more documentary-ish. It's
Okay.
The Warrens, or I believe Ed, is discussing about the real Annabelle doll. So
very cool.
Yes. So nothing scary here, guys. No La Llorona or anything.
Maybe a little scary.
Oh yeah, you're seeing this thing here. But let me put my thing here. In here. What is happening? Sorry, technical difficulties here.
Uh-oh.
Huh? 1 second, guys. I guess I'll just watch it here. Yeah, I'll do that. All right. This is Ed talking about the Raggedy Ann doll.
You say so.
Here we go. When I say 0, we'll press play.
Mm-hmm.
And 3, 2, 1, 0.
The Raggedy Ann doll.
Yes, that's probably the worst thing we have in this whole museum. That Raggedy Ann doll was given to a nurse in 1970 by her mother as a Christmas present. Mm-hmm. But as most girls do, even 28 years old, she would take the doll to bed with her, wrap her arm around, and go to sleep. I'd do the same thing with a pillow. But then she started taking it to the breakfast nook, where the arms one morning went onto the table. Now, she lived with another nurse, and they shared the expenses of the apartment, which was 4 blocks away from Hartford Hospital.
Right.
At that point, they told the girls about the incident, and one said, I know a medium. So they held a seance that night. That was the beginning of many seances with this doll. They would come home at night, and the woman had told them, the medium, that there was a spirit of a 6-year-old child in the doll by the name of Annabelle, who had been killed outside of their apartment house in an automobile accident. Well, there was such a child, but God does not allow a child spirit to go into a doll. This was a devil, a demon, inside the doll, which was impersonating the spirit of a child. Well, they treated it like it was a child. They got extra clothing, and they got different types of bracelets and things for it, just treating it like a little girl. They would take her for rides. But then they started to become frightened when things were happening in the house, sounds, knockings, rappings, whispering. And they said, oh, Annabelle must want another seance. So they would hold a seance going deeper down that road of no return. Then they would take the doll and put it on the bedroom, in the bed, and they'd leave it there. They'd come home after midnight, the 2 girls.
Oh, God.
Open up the door. And this doll would be standing there waiting for them. Now, that doll can't stand. You can see it has very flimsy legs. But I've seen it stand. Now, these are all the diabolical manifestations that we look for. Well, as time went on, one of the fiancés of one of the girls said, get rid of the doll, burn it, throw it away. He wanted to get rid of that doll. He fell asleep one Saturday afternoon. And the doll was put right across from him on a couch. And the girls were fooling around saying, well, now, Annabelle, you help us to clean up, just like it was a little kid.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he woke up with a start. He was sweating. He said, my God, he said, what a nightmare I just had. I dreamt that Annabelle there was strangling me, and he had marks on his throat. Was it psychosomatic? Well, he walks over to the doll, he picks it up, and looks at it, and throws it right across the room. You're nothing but a rag doll. You couldn't hurt anyone. With that, 7 slashes appeared on his body, 4 in the chest and 3 on the stomach. The blood came right through his shirt. Now they were all frightened. Things were flying around the room.
Wow.
They called the High Episcopal Canon in Hartford. He called Father Richard Nolan. Father Nolan called us. We went to the house. Exorcism was performed immediately in the home of other people.
You need to stop that.
I took the doll back to my home here, where it's in the museum now. At one time, I had it just sitting in a chair. But a priest came here one day and he said, Ed, this doll is supposed to be infested by devils. He picks the doll up and he throws it across the room, just like the young man in the house. God is more powerful than the devil. I said, yes, Father, you're right. God is more powerful than the devil, but no priest is, no man. On his way home in a brand new car on Route 84, the car went out of control, almost head on into a tractor-trailer truck. It was demolished, and the priest was almost killed. The last thing we remember seeing was that doll.
Yes, so.
A detective, a homicide detective that Lorraine and I were working with, wanted to see the museum. We work on many cases of where children are murdered or whatever. And he came down here, he looked all over, and he said, you know, Ed, of all the things here, I can't take my eyes off that doll. At that time, it was still in a chair. The phone rang. I said, I'll be right back. Don't touch anything in this room. Everything in here is unholy, unblessed. The opposite of what you would find in a church. Well, I wasn't even up there talking for 10 minutes when I heard him coming up the stairs. He had to come through the passageway into the Halloween room and up into the kitchen. This man was a huge guy. He was about 6'3", 250 pounds, used to seeing grisly sights. He was sweating. He couldn't speak. He was trembling. I thought he was having a heart attack. I told him to sit down and I'd call an ambulance.
No, I don't
he
like
said,
that.
No, Ed, it isn't that. I said, well, what's wrong? I don't want to talk about it. That's what he said. I don't want to talk about it. Sometimes a little macho and cops, you know.
Sure.
And Lorraine walked in and he looked at Lorraine, and I guess he found it easier to talk to a woman than a man. He said, I'll tell her about it, but I don't want her to ever talk about it again. Well, she didn't have to. The doll had been in the chair over in one corner of this room. When I came in, the doll was over in another corner on the floor. Everything had been knocked over, like there was a terrible struggle here. There was a terrible struggle. This man had picked that doll up. Wow. His aura had mingled with the aura of that doll, and something so terrible occurred that he resigned from the police department 3 months later and moved to California.
Is that right?
A young man came in here one day with a bunch of college students. And after I told him about the doll and many other things, he came over here. I was standing over in the other corner. He started tapping on this glass and said, "I don't believe any of this is a bunch of hooey." He said, "If that doll can do anything, let it do something to me right now. Put a slash on me." I put him out of the building. He was on a motorcycle. 3 hours later, he was dead.
Oh,
The
damn.
girl that he was
it
with
killed him.
said that he
Yeah.
was laughing about the doll when the motorcycle, just like the car, went
Sounds
out
like
of
it.
control, hit a tree and killed him instantly. The girl was in the hospital for over a year. You do never challenge devils.
Don't mess with the devil, that's
No.
for sure, huh?
Don't mess with the devil. I agree with that.
Yeah,
Don't mess with the devil.
I agree with that. But yeah, that was Ed talking for a long time.
That's my favorite video you've shared so far. That was captivating, and I might go down a YouTube rabbit hole watching Ed and Lorraine Warren stuff.
There is the interview they did, like a documentary, and they're together and they're discussing what was real, what's not. I saw it's like 30 minutes of it.
Mhm.
For those who haven't watched it, I will watch that. It's very, very captivating.
That's cool. That's cool.
But yeah, man, that was Annabelle Comes Home. We have after this, we have 2 more movies to watch.
It's almost over. It's almost
Yeah.
over, which means, you know what that means? It means it's almost Halloween.
Yeah. So next time when you hear us, we'll be talking about Conjuring 3, The Devil Made Me Do It, and then on Halloween Day, The Nun 2.
Yes, sir. Now you've already watched for this. You've already watched The Conjuring 3. I haven't seen it since it came out.
Okay.
That was 2021, 2022.
It was the height of the pandemic, 2021.
There you go. And then The Nun 2, I have never seen. I've not seen it once. That was
Why?
last year.
It was in theaters. Where were you at?
Not there. I didn't see it.
Ah, damn it. Well, yeah.
I was going back and I was watching all the movies from 2023 that I missed.
Mhm.
But I knew we were doing this, so the only 2023 movie on my list that I haven't watched is The Nun 2. So I'm finally going to
crazy.
cross that off.
That's good. That's good. Well, Skyler, we're almost done here, man. Where can they find you?
At the Haunted Occult Museum, looking for that Black Shulk book. I don't know. I'm running out of answers.
Well, just play free melee.
Feely Mealy.
Yeah, you gotta stick your
All
hand.
right, that's what I'll do. I'll be here playing Feely Mealy until we watch the next movie.
Or maybe Bob will help you out too.
Or Bill Wilkins.
Oh, Bill Wilkins. Oh, imagine his hand in the.
Yeah. So there's 4 holes in Feely Mealy. So one is Bill Wilkins. The other is La Llorona. And then another one is trying to think. Oh no, dead air. I can't think of anything.
Tom Hardy's Venom.
Oh, okay, Venom. And then the last one is your dad grabs you by the ankle and swings you into the wall.
Now this is the 3rd time you mentioned this, but but it's okay. Of course, you can follow this podcast on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. I'm on YouTube Music. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. Just follow me there. We usually record this like after midnight. So if you see us yawning or
it's become harder to record things now that it's football season. We have to watch Monday Night Football and then record.
It is a problem, but we still love these movies. We still love football. We will doing this rewatch for you guys. But until then, what did Annabelle said? She said,
"Miss me,
miss me, touch,
miss me, clap,
miss."
I don't
Clap?
know. That's terrible. Clap and miss me.
Don't forget to like, comment, and follow.